You mentioned playing in the Soviet youth national team. Did you play with Samsonov at that time? Did you expect him to reach the level he has? Any stories to share?
Yeah, I played with Samsonov. I was 17 by that time, and he was around 10. And of course, I was dreaming that I will be on the top. So, and Samsonov was just a small boy by that time playing table tennis. But what I remember, that he was very strong, both mentally and physically. We had a lot of training camps with physical exercises, and he was able to do same loads of exercises as we were doing. So we were much older than him, but he was unbelievably strong. And when players were trying to make some jokes of him, because he was like a child, so it was innocent jokes, but I remember he was so focused on table tennis, so he never reacted to any jokes. So this was yeah. Now I realize that he had extraordinary focus on table tennis, as I understand.
Well, this is really interesting information, really interesting story. Thank you for that. Swill, this is the last question which I have chosen from our clients and followers. Who is the toughest opponent Sergei ever played with?
For me, it was a tough match against Bulgarian player with Chinese background. His name is Sergei, and I felt totally helpless against him. I don't know why I had this feeling, because I played against strong players like Ovcharov, but I had feeling I was doing something, so it was difficult to win a set, but I could win some points, and it was rallies and so on. But against Sergei it was unbelievably difficult. This is what I remember.
It was a big surprise for me. I thought that you will tell about Ovcharov, but Sergei.
Yeah, I felt myself like amateur, totally.
Sergei, what do you think? Who are the best 3 players of all time? 3 best table tennis players of all time?
For me, Janova, Wagner, Jean Jacquet and Malong.
So these 3?
Yes.
Who is number 1 among them?
For me, Jean Jacquet.
It's also a bit of surprise for me. There were a lot of changes in table tennis, starting from the ball and then service rule, and then change of the material, ban of the speed glue. So what do you think? Were these changes positive or not?
I think most of the changes were positive, so I don't consider any of them as has a negative impact. Maybe the problem is there were too many changes in a short period of time, so this is the only concern I could have. So, but otherwise, I don't consider them as negative.
So if you have a chance to change something in table tennis now?
Difficult, as I said, there were too many changes. So what I don't like today, when some competitions are played with many balls. So referee, they have, or umpire, they have several balls, and if the ball fly away, like in lawn tennis, player receive a new ball. So I would change this. This wouldn't be allowed, because as we said, the balls are still not consistent like in lawn tennis, and then players are playing with different ball every time. This is not good for table tennis, and at the same time we are never in a hurry in table tennis, so you need to have some time for mental preparation for the next point. And if you receive the ball immediately, so somehow this breaks the rhythm of table tennis. For me, this is not the game I get used to. And also with coaching, I like the idea, I think I have heard it from Michael Appelgren, that the coach should be removed from the field, so the player should play by himself, like in lawn tennis. So this idea I like very much.
Do you think that to make table tennis more popular, there needs some, like, I don't know, marketing activity, or maybe we can improve something in terms of managing of competitions, umpiring, something like that?
I think ITTF is doing a lot of things of making table tennis easily accessible. I mean, today you can watch all competitions live online. So this is, and they try to make show around the competition as much as they can. But table tennis is not a sport where people like watching. Some people they like more playing. And from my point of view, what is missing, the federation or international federation or local federation, they don't use enough the power or the image of the players. For example, we have Thomas Weikert as president. He's a lawyer, as I know. This is very nice, but maybe it would be good to have some kind of help from Waldner or Persson, just figures which are so well-known stars, because they are always far away, so you don't hear from them. What is Werner Schlager is doing today, I don't know. So I have heard that there is a problem with Werner Schlager Academy. So I think we don't use our stars, present or former stars, for promotion of table tennis.
What are future plans of Tabletennis11? So how you think it should be developed? What we need to do in the nearest future?
So Tabletennis11 would like to be involved more in table tennis. So this is definitely what we would like to do.
What do you mean involved in table tennis?
So like we are doing interview now, and this is, as I see, this is test interview, because we would like to meet more people, interesting people from table tennis world, who would share their point of view about table tennis and future of table tennis. And this is part of our activities we plan. We plan to make more research of our client, because they are located in different regions, and then I think we can use local people, their help to understand the psychology, the need of our clients, because we can't act blindly without understanding what people need in different parts of the world. And I think we will do also quite simple things in Estonia, because this is our native country, and we would like to be more active in Estonian Table Tennis Federation. We would like to arrange a local tournament, which would be possible to access from also for international players. I think this is very important to not to only think about the sale, but also to be involved in table tennis activities. We would like to change the system of ordering more friendly for our customers. It means that the client could manage changing the orders and would watch how this changing are processed in our system online. Today it is not possible, but this is what we plan to do. So we need to think about our customers, so they would be feeling more comfortable working with us.
Are you a happy man?
Sometimes I'm happy, sometimes I'm not. So this is the, I think it is not possible to be happy 24 hours a day. And the next question is from my side, what happiness is, and then we can discuss about this endlessly. So then if I answer yes or no, actually it doesn't matter. I think it's irrelevant for our customers.
But it's about your personality. This could be also interesting. What do you think?
It's just...
Or you want to refrain from answering like personal questions?
No, I don't want to refrain, because I just think there is, very often there are no answers, yeah, because if you start thinking about what happiness is, this is just, you can go to Indian Guru and start your trip there, then you should forget about table tennis.
Okay, then I have to rearrange my questions. How old is your daughter?
My daughter is 10 years old.
What are her interests? Does she go to school?
Yeah, she's going to school in Russia, and they have many homework, a lot of lessons, and she dislikes the school as most of children, and I understand her because it's so boring, and most of the knowledge they get there, they're useless. And she's swimming actively, so she's swimming every day at least 2 hours, and so she's going in this direction.
But she's not playing table tennis?
Unfortunately not.
Why?
Yeah, because her mother is a swimmer, so she had to choose swimming or table tennis, and then she was on the mother side, and I could not be against. I wanted, it would be fun to play with her, but at the same time it is also very difficult to be a father who is a coaching father, so maybe if she would be in some kind of sports school playing table tennis, I would be happy, but this didn't happen, so.
She's living in Russia?
Yes.
And you are living in Estonia?
Yes.
What is the difference between life in Russia and Estonia? You know both sides of the story, so you can tell more.
Yeah, but she lives in Russia, in St. Petersburg, which is a very European city. So I would say this is the only city in Russia which you call European. And if you go to central of the city, you don't notice the difference comparing to Stockholm or Helsinki. Of course, it is not that clean and tidy, but anyway, the style and the restaurants, so everything is very similar. So this is really like for the tourists, it's you don't notice any difference. But otherwise, life in Estonia is more simple, I would say. So if you take everyday life and transportation and not talking about business, which is completely two different stories to make business in Russia and Estonia. So in Estonia you feel like yourself like a free man. In Russia doing business you feel that you are in danger, and it is really two different stories.
What about people? There are a lot of Russians in Estonia, and also you are traveling quite often to Russia. So are there any difference between Russian people and Estonian people? I mean, of course, in general.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course there are differences, and from my point of view, even language, it imposes some kind of difference. On all kind of level, but it's not easy topic, because I would say that there is a disagreement, or people, Estonian and Russian people, they don't understand very well each other in Estonia. So there is some kind of community, the Russian community talking Russian, and then Estonian community which are talking Estonian. So, and then there is a difference.
Yeah, but do you think it's language barrier or it's different mentality?
I think this is language barrier, because as I see, young people who speak fluently both languages, they have no problem.
With each other? With
each other, or to be in Estonian environment or Russian environment. I think even Russian people who went to Estonian school, they have advantage, because they're both fluent in Estonian and Russian, they know both cultures, and they feel themselves even superior to Estonian or to Russian who doesn't know Estonian or doesn't speak Estonian that well.
So there are a lot of controversy, and people say that maybe we are coming back to this Cold War time. So what do you think in terms of politics? Is it really a big issue which lasts for long, or this is like temporary thing which we can overcome?
I think what we name Cold War, I think you may say Russia is in Cold War today, because with all these sanctions against Russia, it is under big pressure, though maybe the leadership of the country doesn't want to acknowledge this. But for me, this is a very unfortunate situation, and I hope for better developments, but I don't believe so in this. I just hope that our business and table tennis will not be touched by political decision and political problems. So this is the only thing we can hope.
What do you think could table tennis help people to come closer to each other?
Yeah, in theory, of course, it can help, but actually the stress on political level is quite big.
You remember this ping pong diplomacy?
Yeah, I remember, and I saw now Korea was playing as one team, and Halmstad. This was the big issue, if it was good decision or not, because it was not according to the rules. But the idea was that this can start be the beginning of Korean unification. So, and this is as idealist, I would like that the whole world would be united, of course, and that it would not be. It would be just border on the map between Russia and Estonia, so it would be easy to cross, no visa needed, but and then you can play table tennis. But even today, for Estonian players to go to Russia, they need visa, and this is not easy to obtain. And for Russian players, they also need visa, and it is maybe a little bit easier to obtain. But anyway, this is some kind of division all the time.
I will ask you some short questions, and I want that you will try to answer also short and fast, which is also important. So, if you have to be any animal, what animal would you be?
Elephant.
Elephant. What was the last gift you gave someone?
A book.
Beer or wine?
Wine.
Meat or fish?
Meat.
Beatles or Rolling Stones?
Rolling Stones.
Are you early bird or late owl?
Early bird.
What is your best way to start the day?
With strong cup of tea.
Something you will never do again.
It's it's a difficult question. So there are many things maybe I don't do again.
With whom do you like to share a dinner or an evening? Any historical personality, celebrity, living now or centuries ago?
With Jan Uwe Waldner, I would like to share a dinner. Maybe wine.
Or beer?
Or beer.
Coming back to our contest, were there any questions which you like most from our clients?
Somehow, on my personal level, I liked the question where was also part of the question making selfie. I think this was from Denmark. So this is somehow, I recall this question easily, and then I like this question a lot.
What would be the price?
Oh, I think
you have enough time to think about it.
I think I will take this prize to Las Vegas, because we should meet this person to make selfie, and then I will take the prize with me.
Should we give away only one prize, or?
I think we were discussing two, so it was also the second question, which we need to choose as the prize winner.
As a prize winner. So may I choose the second question?
Because you went through all the questions, so you have full overview, and then it would be reasonable.
But again, I want to thank all who has sent to us their questions, and I'm sorry really that I cannot ask all questions. And my favorite question was about Vladimir Samsonov, the story behind. So the second winner, and we will send a coupon that the person can choose any equipment.
But maybe we can send him a blade with Vladimir Samsonov's signature, so if it's related to the question.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
So we have one.
Yes. Thank you for watching. It was Tabletennis11 and Alex, and we are looking forward to have more interesting interviews with interesting table tennis people, and please don't hesitate to sign for our video channel. Hope to see you soon.
Bye bye.
Tabletennis11.com. Crazy about table tennis.